All right, welcome to the Jj Liberman Hour and aka the GoonCast. By the way, inside podcasting, inside baseball, this is the third start of this episode. The third start because I have fucking retarded dogs that will not give me any peace. After I've spent $700 on the two of you and one's still going crazy, $700 in the last 24 hours. And the only thing I've wanted to do this week is record this because we have some serious intel. We have serious intel for the Gooner Nation. And then these fucking two dogs, after spending everything, I have to, right now, he's going crazy. I have to sell dick pics on OnlyFans because of you guys. So you can live this lavish life. You live the fucking life of Riley, you cunt. But anyways, we are here and we are happy. I got a gate. I actually got a gate. I don't know if you saw it. So I put up a gate to separate the dogs because they were going. What happens is they both get groomed, and then the one who's not neutered wants to just smash. He just wants to make love to the other dog. The other dog hates that, which if I was someone who was getting constantly licked, like I don't like to hug. So if you're just like constantly licking, I'm going to bite you too. And that's what ends up happening. My dog will bite the other dog. So I bought this gate, but that's not what the gate's for. The gate is for the time that I have someone come over, not random. It doesn't happen often. The rare occasion someone comes over to fuck, I have a gate because my dogs, once every 5 months, I'll have someone come over and we can fuck. And my dogs, for some godforsaken reason, want to interrupt that. They know how much I provide for them. But as soon as someone comes over and we're about to smash, one dog is trying to lick them, not the threesome I want. And I don't even want a threesome, by the way. It's either this way. I either one-on-one or I watch you get fucked. There's not an in-between. I don't know who likes threesomes. It's like going on a date. I don't know what I should do with my hands when I'm eating because I'm so preoccupied thinking that they're judging me. What do I do? I've been, like, the situations I've been in a hotel room where, and another friend of ours was actually just telling me that this happened to them, but 20 years ago, I was sleeping with someone while in the other hotel, in the other bed, it was a two queen, they're sleeping with someone else. Incredible. I love that. That's better than being cucked. Because when you're cucked, it's just you, like, just watching this, which is hot. But when you're fucking someone and 4 feet away, someone else is fucking someone, there's noises, you feel good, your dick's getting wet. It doesn't get better than that. Or getting cucked while getting blown and watching someone, but then you're not really getting cucked. Unless it's like your wife getting destroyed by another man and then his wife blowing you. Or a guy blowing you. Whatever. We don't discriminate. So, I have this gate. I bought this $30 gate. A $30 gate for the unlikely event, like they say in flights. In the unlikely event of an emergency, your mask will drop down. Let me tell you something right now. If the mask dropped down, I'm not fucking putting it on. Let me pass out first. I don't want it. Like, when you go to these funerals, these ethnic funerals, and the fucking mothers are uncomfortably crying. Everyone's sad. You don't have to fucking scream to God and Jesus. And it's uncomfortable. Like, now I'm uncomfortable. I'm not even thinking about the death anymore. You're making me uncomfortable. It's not even sad. It's not even sad. The death is not sad. I hate you. Shut up. Like, it's uncomfortable. You're making a scene at a funeral because your son died. My baby. That's really uncomfortable. So if a plane's going down, I want to be passed out. I don't want to hear no abuelas or whoever just crying and screaming, oh my gosh. That would be horrific. You have to endure like minutes of that? So why would you put, so you would, no, just pass out. Go out first. That's the way to do it. It's like if a nuke, if there's nuclear war, you're going to try and survive. Have fun. I have 3 days worth of food if shit hits the fan. 3 days worth of food. And after that, after 3 days, if I have to survive in a post-apocalyptic, what is the word? Apocalyptic society, I don't want to be in that. Who wants to be in that? Who wants to be you? Dude, all the illegals are going to start coming out like cockroaches, and they're going to be in charge. The military's not going to protect you anymore. Have you not seen I Am Legend? They barricade it, and they don't let you out. And you start trying to go out, they kill you. The government's not going to protect you. So, I have this gate for the unlikely event someone comes over, and don't get me wrong, people sneak into my DMs. People like say I love you, but I always feel like now I'm at this point, they're out to get me. Like someone's like, hey, I find you so hot. I go meet them. They're like, you're a predator, and kick my ass. Like, I'm just trying to make funny videos. So the unlikely event that I do a show and someone finds me so funny that they want to have sex with me. And let me tell you something. I have sold out for laughs. Some people do comedy to get laid. I do comedy to A, make you laugh really hard, and B, which is not my intention, make you hate me. But that's not my intention. B is not my intention. But that's collateral damage of my act. Is that, well, that's what happened. I don't know if you heard the dog cry. That's what happens when you're a troublemaker. You're going to be locked in another side of the apartment. Not even locked in a room. He's locked in the other side of an apartment. He has a whole apartment to himself, just separating the podcast from the dogs. But anyways, yeah. So I have sold out for laughs, which when you're doing what you want to do and you're ill in the head, you're not going to get laid from your act on stage. And then the rare time someone does want to, I have the gate so they can come over and we can have sex in my bed without my dogs trying to interrupt it. People don't like that. People don't like when you're having sex and your dogs are like trying to play with a chew toy. The squeak of a chew toy can actually throw off a rhythm of sex, a hot rhythm of sex. But anyways, so with that being said, that's why we're on the third take of this podcast. Nothing works with these two. They're so resilient. They're resilient dogs. That's why one's 15, one's 14. They will do whatever needs possible to spend my money and also to interrupt anything. Like, look at him. He's about to take out the camera.
I've been watching him the entire pod, waiting for him to take that out, and he somehow hasn't. And this one I flicked water at to make stop whining, and he instantly made me feel horrible for it.
Yeah. No, it's just water. Well, anyways, so this is why. That was not the intention of what I wanted to talk about. Although when I went to the vet, I don't know if I look fat. I work out all the time, and then certain times you'll wear things that make you look fat, so now I'm insecure about that. The vet came in, brought the pills. They don't care. The vet brought in a portable credit card machine when they're going over, hey, this is how you give the dog the pills, da-da-da-da-da. They brought, like, I couldn't just walk out of the room and fucking, and now he's wiggled out of a diaper. Can you believe these animals?
That's crazy.
Anyways, Thor, come here. We'll just keep on rolling. This is the podcast. As I put on fucking diapers. Come here. Bill Burr screams sometimes on his podcast. I don't know why I can't do it. There. Diapers back on. It's a fucking disaster episode. There is some funny stuff, though. Oh my God. How long's that? 10 minutes?
We're at 10 minutes exactly.
Unbelievable. Just can you ruin anything? Like they don't get it too. Like that. This is what's so. You know, I walk by the Comedy Mothership every night, and there's two people out there, old people, and they have 3 dogs. They have 3, and they're just sitting outside. And I offered to buy them dog. I'm like, do you need food? And they're like, we have enough food. We need money. I'm like, I'm not giving you money. I know what you're doing with the money. You think I'm stupid? Your face looks like a used catcher's mitt. You're a crackhead. I'm not giving you money. I'll buy things for your dogs. And then they're like, well, we could use some dog treats. I'm like, I'll buy your dog treats. I'm not giving you money. Fucking these poor dogs. I feel so bad for him. The 3 dogs on the street. I don't feel bad for the people, by the way, who are homeless, who look like they've been living in a chimney their whole life. But yeah, I feel so bad for them. And then I think about these dogs when I'm trying to create something right now, trying to do this podcast. I'm like, hey, you could be on the street with those. I had no money and I fucking still kept you guys for years, for 2 years. I kept them. I could have just given them up, surrendered them to a shelter, and I did not. So finally, I have some money, and when we're trying to create something like this podcast, they'll just fucking go crazy and rampant, and they can't just sleep. They sleep all the time, except when I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to record a podcast or fuck a stranger. So, anyways, so that was that, and now we're here, and now I'm so agitated. I didn't even know. I know I want to talk about AJ and Big Justice. I forgot the other thing. What was the other thing? I said,
Gravy.
Yeah, Young Gravy. No, but I wanted to talk about we'll talk about that at the end, and then just how I've lost. So we were in Miami. We talked about that. But every time, this is so funny about the internet. Every time I post something with porn stars, every time I'll go on Instagram and I post something with porn stars, I lose 500 to 1,000 followers that day. People get mad. Now, I have a couple theories of why people get mad. They'll either go, oh, you're promoting OnlyFans models. So my theory is this. It's either A, they thought of me as an incel, and I'm like one of the incels, and they're like, oh, I've leveled up, you know? I've made it out of the projects. And people are like, oh, yeah. Now, like, I'm an Uncle Tom of incels. That's one theory. And that bothers me because if I'm living in the shanty towns of incels, it's just all us incels, and then one of our own, like in Cinderella Man, he had no money during the Great Depression. He gets a fight and becomes the champion, and people are like crying. All the people who have no money, they're crying that, I was going to say Harrison Ford. It's not Harrison Ford. Russell Crowe became champion after having no money during the Great Depression. Doesn't that make you proud? Doesn't that make you proud that I'm an incel for years and I've manifested my way, a true non-pervert, but I have manifested my way to hanging out on yachts with porn stars? Are you not happy that one of your own made it out? Are you not happy that one of your own gives you hope at the end? There's light at the end of the tunnel? Does that not make you excited that even you, who has gooned so much in your life, that when you sit down to beat off, you can't even get hard? That used to be me, and now I can afford ED pills, and I can get hard all the time and hang around porn stars and potentially fuck them. I cannot say if I have or I haven't because of lawsuits. Does that not make you happy? But yet you turn your back on me because you're like, I'm promoting OnlyFans models? You're goddamn right I will. How come, and that's where we can talk about AJ and Big Justice, how come fat fucking America can promote Mr. Beast chocolate bars, and everyone's fine with that. These talentless, cringe slobs, who I do enjoy watching, but they are talentless. Let's not pretend we're not living in an era with Haktua, AJ Big Justice. Name some things.
I don't know. What other fucking... So those are like the big ones right now.
But there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Everyone can get famous for anything.
Yeah, some might argue Jj Liberman's in that category of Haktua, Big Justice, AJ Big Justice, and, Jj Liberman. They could say that some might argue that actually rounds out the top 3 of cringe that's successful. I'm not close to being as big as them. Not even on the same level. But when I'm taking my deals, and let me tell you something, I'm doing so much promo for some of these fucking companies without asking for $1. These people are promoting Mr. Beast chocolate bars. They're promoting fucking crypto scams. I'm never going to fucking rug pull you. I'm like Dave Portnoy. I'll never fuck you over. I'm a man of the people, a man of the jerkers. I'll never take your money for no other apparent reason other than I think it's worth it. I sell my dick pics on OnlyFans for a lot of money because my dogs are expensive, and that's not a thing I wanted to do. But there are enough horny people out there that for some, again, godforsaken reason, hate to use that the second time in the episode, are going to pay to see my meat milker or my meat whistle. It is a meat milker, though, too. But then you have Haktua, rug pulling, and how does she exist? She stinks. AJ Big Justice. They're cringe. They're doing Costco, they're doing Tubi, and I would too. Don't get me wrong. They're fucking shills for corporate America. It's disgusting. No different than Mr. Pfizer, Travis Kelce. Disgusting fucking shills. But if someone came knocking on my door, please, I was 41 years old, sleeping on a yoga mat 2 years ago. 41, sleeping on a yoga mat. Made less than $20,000. You don't think I would take fucking money from Lockheed Martin, from the military industrial complex? Are you crazy? I have no morals. Well, I do certain things, but anyways. So, now I don't understand why my other dog's crying.
It's just crying at me. I pet it for a minute now. It won't stop crying.
Yeah. So anyways, but it is crazy for what it's worth. I don't think I'm throwing Young Gravy under the bus. He was at the Super Bowl with AJ Big Justice and Guy Fieri. He was also at AVN's a couple weeks, but people were taking pictures. So I think it's like a public knowledge. Like it's publicly out there, which is so funny that you just get this big. Like that would be nice, where I could be so big, where in one moment I'm hanging around the porn stars, and then the next moment you're in a box with the influencers. Now, this is my last question, and we'll leave on that. What do you think it's like hanging around AJ when the camera's off? Is he always in character, or is he a little cool? I think he's like, he's a snake oil salesman, but he's got to be a little cool. He's like, he wrestles. He was a professional wrestler. That's cool. Is that just a guy who's like, hey, I know certain guys are just good at selling. It's like, hey, man, I can exploit my kids, which he has.
Yeah.
He's exploiting his kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I mean, he's probably cool. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're going to exploit your kids to make money, you're crazy. Like, I would never put my kids in that limelight. I don't even put my dog. Dude, I don't even put my dog. My dogs would not get affected. I once every few months post a picture of them on Instagram. I just wouldn't do. I wouldn't do that with. I would never post my. I would never post my kid. I sometimes see comics post their like nephew.
Yeah.
On Instagram. If that was my son, I'd say, get my fucking kid out of your fucking stories, you weirdo. But
yeah, if you've been to enough open mics, there's a pedophile that follows you. You know what I mean? And you're just posting. You're just throwing them oops.
Yeah, right. And it's not. It's just also don't use Don't use a human for likes.
Yeah, I also don't think he's cool. I think because have you seen? There's videos of him doing like content stuff when
The cameras are off.
Well, what's the kid's name? He's AJ, right?
Big Justice.
Big Justice. Where Big Justice.
Hey, it's me. My balls haven't dropped.
There's videos of the dad doing content when he's so young. Big Justice isn't a Bjorn. So he's been trying to be. He's been trying to do this his entire life. I don't think he can turn it off.
It's very desperate.
Yeah.
I feel like at the very least, and this is where we'll end, and then this because one we have to go, but my dog is Thor. Come here. I've had enough of you this episode. This has been the episodes my dogs have ruined. This is why I honestly don't have a weapon. But yeah, there is a thing like part of this is, anything to make it.
Mm-hmm.
There are AJ is that guy. He will sacrifice his firstborn literally.
Yeah.
To become successful.
The kid I heard him on a clip talking about that his friends in his school like doxed his number to the internet. Like he's having to deal with getting his shit
they don't
doxed.
Like him?
Well, I think it's just like 12-year-old, someone found that kid's profile and was like, I see you're friends with Big Justice, give me his phone number. And like, he's 12. If someone would have asked me for my fan, I would have been like, yeah, sure, maybe they want to talk to him.
Yeah, there is that thing. There really is that thing. It's that I know people who in comedy who would literally kill their firstborn to become. There's so many. You run by them every day, and you could just say, "Oh, you're sick in the head." Like you have like no empathy. You're just a sick human being, and you would literally sacrifice your first child to become famous. You're only born, and that's basically what AJ has done. He has sacrificed Big Justice to become famous. If it's been 12 years, always trying it, which is crazy. But I also do respect that because if most people had that will to be successful, we'd live in a much better place.
Mm-hmm.
More corrupt. That's what a CEO of Lockheed Martin or whoever makes Johnson & Johnson. But anyways, with that being said, hopefully this episode was not too much of a mess. I felt it was fine.
You start cooking in the middle.
Yeah. What a brutal fucking took literally third time. Anyways, with that being said, February 27th we're in Houston. March 30th we are in Tampa. Oh, March 19th, LA. I'm confirming the venue today. That's Mr. Lejean at
Brandon Lejean _ Go Birds.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a great week.